Okay, students, are you learning, Lulu? This is a Braille slate, and this is a stylus. Okay? A Braille slate and stylus is kind of like a pen and a pencil, or a pen and paper. How we could never, even though we have computers and stuff now, we would never just get rid of the pen and paper because we can take things like notes, we can make lists, and things like that that are important. And so that's why the Braille slate and stylus is still important and relevant.
Can I see it?
Yep, because you can't take a big Brailler with you in your purse to jot down a quick note or a phone number.
So how do you do this?
Yep, so the way that the Braille slate and stylus works is this one's kind of like there are some that are longer than this, and there are some that are like different shapes for note taking and stuff. The one that I have at my school is bigger, so it fits a whole Braille paper. Okay, but you have to pay attention, student. Fits a whole Braille paper, but this one we're just going to use kind of like an index card size, a little bit bigger than an index card. And then here, I would like you to try. So here we go. Student Daddy's going to try. So what we're going to do is I'll show you how to load it. We pop it in. We feel up to the top. Here we want to show we feel up to the top of the paper. We know that that's in there enough. And ours doesn't actually come over here. But the way that it stays in is we push it down. Oops. To be really careful to hold it there. Then we push it down, and then it kind of does a clicking sound. And so that will keep it there. So do you want to try to load it? So make sure you feel for the top. Yep, and also push it all the way over to the hinge. That's what I forgot to share with you in the beginning. Hinge is where it needs to go, and we want it to be straight across the top so our lines aren't brailled. Yeah, probably later, sweetie. We're going to let this one go. So, yay, now it's in. You're ready to braille. When we read Braille, we read from left to right, but when we braille with the slate and stylus, we braille from right to left. Because on the other side of the Braille slate and stylus is where the bumps will, pop out. And so what we'll do is, like for an A, when we read A is dot one. So we take our stylus, and I'm going to show you how on this side. Now, our paper wasn't long enough to fit right in the first column here, so we're going to move to the next column. And then at the very top is the very first Braille cell, and that's what we're going to press in to make a dot A. So then we move over, and I want you to try an A in the next cell. Yeah. Okay, and so then when we take it out, we look, and it would be in the very first Braille cell there. So we don't say things like oh, we're writing backwards, or it looks like it's reversed or whatever, because it actually is just depending on which things you read first, which dots you read first. So, what's your initial reaction to the Braille slate and stylus? What do you think?
I think that it's nice to be able to use it.
Yeah. So, for example, your name is Wes. So to make a W, we do a dot 2, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna show you how I would use the Braille slate to do that. I'm going over to the third column, and then I find that upper corner. So imagine that you're not looking, like you don't have any vision, right? It's all based on feel. So you go down to the 2. I would probably come back up to the top, find my 4, 5, and 6. And so when we look at it, we count our Braille cells always top to bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've used dots 2, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to see if you can do that now for the W in your name. You want to give it a try?
Crikey.
Okay. So, find the fourth column. So I want you to like kind of count. So 1, we'll come over to 2, 3, 4, and that's where you can start. So there's the 2, and you are using your eyes a lot to do this, but imagine having no vision. You would need to use the feel of those bumps, those curves. So, okay. The end. Thank you, Wesley.
Yes.